It's 7:23. Do you know where your children are? If you don't, shame on your monkey ass.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, follow. From my city to your world. We are City World.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and do not necessarily reflect the official policies or positions of City World Media, LLC, or its affiliates. All shows are produced with full participant consent. City World Media does not claim ownership of any third-party music featured and uses all tracks only with proper permissions or licenses granted by their respective rights holders. City World Media operates in accordance with fair use and digital broadcast guidelines on all platforms. From my city to your world, we are City World. Thank you for watching.
Excuse me, bro. Hey, bro, do you guys have a plunger or something, bro? Someone took a crazy shit in the bathroom, bro. It's right there, bro. And this one right here. Yeah, that one.
What the fuck?
Oh, crazy fucking shit. Holy fuck. You gonna get it? You want me to help you? Alright, I'm gonna play Monzo Man real quick to make sure I don't get in trouble. Hey, let's go. Man, you're gonna fucking grab it, bro?
I guess, bro. What the fuck? I can't leave this shit in the fucking store, bro. That's a motherfucking elephant, bro.
No, that's an elephant turd, bro. Holy fuck. Holy fucking turd, bro.
Bro.
Holy shit. What the fuck, bro? Dude's carrying on his fucking shoulder, bro. Oh my god. Dude's carrying a fucking turd through the store.
What's good? What's good? What's goody? It's your buzzing cousin GhostBoogie. And check this out, man. Welcome into another episode of the You Might Know Us podcast. You might know us, you might not, but after tonight, you ain't gonna forget that clip. I mean, come on now. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but TMI, I've given birth like that for real, on God, no cap. And maybe not that, but yo, it felt like an episiotomy happened. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you take plenty of vitamins, but also make sure that you use parental discretion. Mature audiences only. This stuff is raunchy, as you can see. And without further ado, I'm gonna bring on the one and only Becca. Who? It's Becca. Boo!
The fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Fuck you mean?
The fuck was that?
Fuck you mean?
Robo really carried that shit out through the store? No.
I mean, he did do that, didn't he?
No.
Well, check it out, man.
Not knowing, no.
Don't worry, because we got the one and only Candacita. Oh, shitty. Ooh, she got the sticker. Boo, 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 boo. Hey, check that out, man. Oh, shit, she's got the shirt on, too. She fitted and kidded, y'all. Hey, hold on. That one, we gotta get, like, what's that? We gotta do this. We gotta hit this button.
I like it. It's nice and comfy. Let's go.
Hey, well, I'm happy it's comfy. It was made to be comfortable.
I got it. I haven't put it on my amp. My amp is a little smaller than I thought it would be, but I'll find some place I can stick it.
That's what she said. No.
Hi, Becca.
But, Becca!
Annie.
How's everybody doing?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Good.
We hear you just fine.
Good.
So, Becca, you have a problem?
Have a problem. No.
You have a problem with
that video?
Yeah.
It was fake as fuck.
Yeah. Dude.
Well, yeah, it was a
That was
fake
funny, though.
turd.
No, that whole video was fake as fuck. Ain't nobody actually deciding to like. No fucking out like minimum wage
was
Walmart
employee of the
going in
month.
there,
Employee of the month.
and then carrying that shit out through the store. Not
Employee-
fucking happening.
Employee
Not
of
through
the
store.
month. Fam.
Well,
Bro
a funny
might have
clip for
gone
what
through
it
the
was.
back room to take that shit out the back door, literally. But no,
Going out the front, like just walking through the whole joint.
that's
like,
where it lost me.
Yeah.
That was wild. That was
That's
wild.
where it
That's
lost
where it
you.
lost. That's where I went. Dude's in on it.
Too funny.
So if he wouldn't have
and the
carried
whole thing
said
was fake as
turd,
fuck.
if he wouldn't have carried said turd out the door, you would have maybe.
I don't know that I was really buying it when he decided he was like just picking it up with some gloves.
I wasn't. I mean, like,
And
I wasn't
think
understanding.
Anybody with a brain would have said, "Listen, the way I have to fucking analyze the shit on the internet today,
Listen,
90% of it's
Listen.
like legit AI, but
all I'm gonna
it's
say,
not holding together like that.
I quit.
Like
I quit a
fucking pool
job
noodle and
because
shit. Like
I quit a job.
You're funny.
I quit a job over having to. They wanted me to clean bathrooms, and also they wanted me to like they wouldn't give any like any. They wouldn't even give us gloves or anything, fam. Like nothing.
Damn.
Like they wouldn't give us any type of person. And I was like, man, it was Michael's Crafts, Arts and Crafts, and like I dead ass
Pretty
was
sure-
like, I was
pretty
like,
sure it violates like
yeah, me too.
all kinds of
Oh, yeah.
you know, not just
Biohazards
like
and-
health
yes,
codes
yeah.
and shit, but
Not in '94 or '93 or whatever.
yeah, even in the 90s.
This
They had
dude
to
was an
give you
asshole,
Gloves and stuff to like clean the
They-
bathrooms.
and that dude was like, I'm not giving you anything. You can clean it. And I was like, well, you can find someone else to do this job.
That's right.
Cause I got the flock out of there. Like I was like, I walked out. I just walked the fuck out and called one of my older jobs, like, hey, McDonald's, you want to holler at a play? You know what I'm saying? You still got it. They're like, come on in, Playboy. I'm like, all right, 10.
No.
Yeah, I heard some bad stories working in the hotel about like one guest that had taken his own feces and like wrote on the walls on the bathroom and stuff, and like like, some bad people in those hotels.
So-
Man, I don't know what gets into them when I don't know, dude.
Andre
Some
the
stupid
Giant was too big. Like this is a real story. Like Andre the Giant was too big to sit on a toilet, right? And on a standard toilet, he was too big of a man, so he,
shit. I would not want to have to clean up after that, dude.
well, that's what happened. He would shit in the bathtub. So he
Man, dude.
literally shit in the bathtub all the time. Like that's like how he used the
That's
restroom.
crazy.
Yeah, bro.
do it.
Like, and that's the only way you could, like, you know what I mean, make brown.
Yeah.
So he would just shit in the bathtub. That's what the wrestlers always talk about. And it's like, man, this is crazy.
I heard a lot of stuff about him, but I had never heard that part.
I'd never heard that either. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a
But it
lot of
tracks.
wrestling interviews, and
Right.
I was like, man, this is gross.
Yeah, it is.
I worked in a bookstore and a dude decided that he was gonna just take a piss in a you know, between two stacks of books.
Oh, shit.
Right on. I mean,
There on the fucking floor.
yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right?
I mean, we had clean bathrooms.
I know, right?
I mean, sometimes you can't make it to the
I don't give a
bathroom or
fuck.
ask
Listen,
an associate
if
to
you're-
unlock
if
the
you're
bathroom.
taking it out and pissing literally in between the fucking bookcases, no, get the fuck out, and you'll be lucky if I don't call the cops.
Yeah, there's children there. You can get arrested. You'll be registered sex offender in 5 minutes.
What about the children?
Yup.
That is funny though. I mean, like how that's wild. That's wild to me, man.
Any of those kind of stories to tell that any happened to me, all of them were just hearsay from the stuff that went on in the hotels. And I worked at, what was it, a Winn-Dixie?
Okay.
The wildest thing one night was there was these guys that came in. Now, this was in Deltona, Florida. We're surrounded by woods, and this is like cowboy territory. So that preface this. Like, these, I think it was one of the first times that I was working overnight too. I was super young. I might have been like 16 or 17. And the guys, I noticed when I came around the corner, they were in the first aid aisle, like asking like for Band-Aids and all this other stuff. And I noticed he's holding his arm, and he's got this huge gash on his arm. And it turns out that they got gored by a wild boar while they were out there hunting one of them, and they were just going to go get the
shit.
stuff and go back to his place and just sew it up. They weren't going to the hospital or anything. They were just in there to get supplies to go stitch it up at his place.
That's some redneck shit right there.
It was so wild, and I was
That's
like,
some legit redneck
okay, dude.
shit
I mean,
right
I went to
there.
high school with these guys. I was in,
Yeah.
the Future Farmers of America. I took horticulture for like 3 years, so it still kind of came as kind of a shock. I was like, oh, you're really gonna go and stitch that up yourself? I'm like, all right. I checked them out, and they were on their way.
Like, so
That's
that was,
crazy.
Like the whole
Yeah, that was
Super
kind of
Bowl
one
thing.
of the wilder ones for me, but nothing really too bad ever happened there. It was Deltona after all.
I mean, so I'll tell you, like, something wild that I had to deal with was that one of the jobs that I have back in the day, I had staff. I had two lady individuals, shall I say.
Joshua Runts.
Joshua Runt's in the house. Shout out to everybody that's up in this motherfucker right now.
There's some people
Sorry.
on YouTube too. Sorry, Boogie.
Yeah, no, everybody's in the house. Shout out. So I and this is no lie. This is no fucking lie. So it would be, I would say, for about 2 months, we would just like find random pairs of underwear, female underwear,
Oh shit.
like just in the parking lot on the ground, thrown around. And you know what I mean? Like, I used to, so me and my homie used to have a saying that we would have a code word. And this is before the movie came out, and the Wayans brothers personally owe me money because there was a movie called Baps. Y'all remember Baps? B-A-P, Baps. All right, so Baps has got nothing to do with what I had say and what my acronym was. But I would call BAPS, like, and it would be a code term between me and my homeboy Age, and we'd be like, BAPS. And like we would call, when we'd be talking to some females and stuff like that, like, what's up, BAP? You know what I mean? Like, and they'd be like, what, BAP? What you mean? What's a BAP? What are you calling me a BAP for? And I'd be like, oh, baby, that just means that you're beautiful in Allah's presence. But what it definitely stood, what it really stood for was big ass panties. Oh, girl got them big ass panties. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell they had on granny panties or whatever. You got some big ass panties on, girl. So they were all. I would be finding these granny panties and these BAPs out in the middle of the parking lot and stuff, and like they were gross too. So, and other like pieces of undergarments and other nasty shit. And I had staff who worked second shift and third shift, like pretty much like till like 3 a.m. or they got off at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And they would just go out in the parking lot and get it on at break, get it on afterwards. Like, and like parked up against the building, fam, like up against the doors where people are smoking and stuff. They're not even like parked in the back of the parking lot, like off in the distance, trying to like, you know, be out the spot. Like they were straight up bumping uglies right there. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, pick your stuff up and take it with you when you're done.
They were throwing it out the window, fam. That's the thing. They were purposely just throwing. They like, this. Oh, I'm not putting these drawers back on. I'm gonna chuck them out the.
Okay.
Or they were using it to like, you know, clean up with and chuck it and leave it. But like, once it finally got to, like someone narked on them, like. Someone narked on him, and I had.
They were the granny panties.
I already knew.
They weren't
well,
worried
nah,
about those.
No, it made sure. Yeah, that's probably why they were like. But once I was like, oh, girls, I was like, man, this is horrible. Like, I'm gonna have to fire these two chicks. Had to pull them in, run security cam footage, and.
Damn.
Yeah, because the final incident, you know what I mean? Like, we got it on cam. And I was like, you know, Chris Hansen and them, like, why don't you sit down for a minute with me right here?
Oh, shit.
Why don't you have a seat? Hi, what do you need? Yeah, why don't you have a seat here? Let me open up this video. Yeah, take a look at this video right here. I've got an interesting movie I'd like you to see. And they just be like,
recognize these people?
Yeah.
And their face is just immediate. I just stare at them like as they're watching. I ain't even looking. I'm just looking at them and watching their reactions, and they're just the horror and the horror and the horror and the mortification. And then I was like, yeah, so here's this paper that I need you to. I was like, here's this paperwork that I'm gonna need you to sign, and also FYI, I need that badge and them keys. You're gonna have to get up out of here, fam.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
But I'm serious. I've had some wild ass firings that I've had to do.
I bet.
Well, you know.
That one couldn't be helped. For sure.
No.
Definitely. Definitely a fireable offense.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Like I don't understand why people.
What?
Why people would think that that's behavior that they could
I know.
do. Like, what are you thinking?
I mean, I'd wait till we were closed, and then, you know.
Or something, yeah. Jeez, dude. Get a room.
Or, you know what? This was a large business like area.
Yeah, like you're saying, plenty of places you can go. Like on
we were next to an entire Procter and Gamble campus. There were tremendous amounts of parking space, like lots and like little businesses that were like they could have just went behind and handled their own and shit like that. But
What the
no,
fuck
they
is that sound in the background?
what sound?
Boogie.
What sound? I really don't know.
I don't know. There was some kind of sound in the background. Not now. It's intermittent.
Someone's got their TV on.
No.
I can hear somebody's TV from the other room or something like that. I don't know. It's not
Yeah.
in my house.
Yeah, probably my friends in the other room.
That's what it is.
Oh.
Boom. There it is. And it's all good. It don't matter.
I didn't think you'd be
'cause
able to hear that on my headphones. That's too
we're not
funny.
even worried about it, Candace, because check it out. I love it when Herbs joins and we get
If I know
live
what it is, it's not gonna
train
fuck with me.
reports and we get to hear the trains live and the sirens
Right.
live. Red Boy is in the
that.
house. GMC Texas is in the house. Hey man,
The
Herbs
sirens.
has been busy, man, making beats. Treat yourself. What's goody? FFA. What is FFA?
Future Farmers of America. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Future Farmers of America. Is that like
What do you
4-H?
mean? What's
Yep.
FFA?
Is 4-H Future Farmers of
Mike.
America?
They're kind of the same. FFA is more like farmers, and FHA I think was more of like just plants in general and not livestock.
4-H? Yeah,
Yeah,
4-H
4-H,
is
yeah.
like, you know, there's like the ranch side of it, like the animal side of it, and then there's the,
I thought you meant salad dressing. I was like, damn.
you know, farming and
Yeah, it's still
crops
kind of the
and
same
shit.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maurice. Happy Friday.
Hi, Maurice.
Maurice is up past his bedtime, just like Becca. Architectural, agriculture, and livestock in Texas.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
back
That's
home
what I meant.
in Cincy,
That's what I meant.
4-H, like we would have a big fair and there was like a 4-H competition and there were definitely animals involved in it and it wasn't a donkey show. That would have been live. But it was animals and also like arts and crafts type shit and plants and pumpkins and I got the world's largest pumpkin. Stop that shit, Becca.
What?
I'm gonna need you to like do some cocaine or stay
I'm
awake
gonna-
before you need to snort some stay awake
Sir.
before you so you're gonna start doing bumps to stay awake.
No. I love you, but I'm not going back to that shit.
I stay
Not
awake,
happening.
not anything else.
For a girl with ADHD, caffeine will eventually put me to sleep.
That's that's yeah, for sure.
Maurice said to take a dab.
Take a dab.
Right. That'll do it.
Maurice is a fucking beast. Like he's over
All
there
of a
doing
sudden, I'm
edibles
like-
and smoking a joint and taking a dab all at the same time.
I love it. Same team.
Funny.
Shout out to Maurice.
North of the wall.
I tried
So-
to sleep in this morning, but
I want to know.
couldn't.
I'm gonna ask the panel and the fellow chatters, you folks that are tuned in here with us right now.
The panel.
You guys are chatters all the time. I want to know, in your opinion, everyone, what is the topic that brings out the dumbest people in the comments every time?
Huh?
What's the topic? Like what topic, right, brings out the dumbest people in the comments every damn time? Like, so we're talking about a specific topic, right? And it fucking always brings out the dumbasses. GMC Texas says war. I agree with that.
There's definitely a lot of trolls out
Politics, yeah. What about you, Candace? You think like like anything brings out the dumb shit in people?
There's some pretty big hot topics. I think you guys hit the button on them with politics, and it's so divisive and stuff. That's why I don't usually try to talk about it either. Because it's just like, okay, just because I disagree with you doesn't mean I'm wrong. You know, I don't know why people take that stance. So it's just like those waters. They're really hard to navigate. I don't want to.
It's hard to have a nuanced conversation about it.
Yeah.
Because nobody is like
Religion, geography.
fully in whatever camp, you know what I mean? Like we all want the same shit. I think the majority of the bullshit that gets people fired up online is bots.
Well, that's absolutely the truth. And sorry to hear about your freezer dying. That's some bullshit.
Oh no.
And noticing that all your food's gone. We've had that happen.
Suck.
Fuck, it sucks, dude. Like, makes me sick to my stomach even thinking about that family. I'm so sorry for that. You know, a topic that is always, I think, brings out the dumbest. You know, as speaking for a man, I'm just gonna talk about the ladies' feminine care aisle. Listen, y'all feminine hygiene products and tampons and pads and brandings and all of that shit. Listen, y'all got a whole fucking aisle dedicated to pads and ponds, and all of them do the same damn thing, and all of them are like, you know, medium, large, small, like in regards to flows, with wings, without wings, with angel hairs, with like all types of, you know, like menthol, fucking got palm olive in the shit. Like all of these different ones, man. Like as a man who's had to navigate that shit, even look, I had an aunt, right? And I told you about this. I had an aunt. I shit you not. I was 8 years old, maybe even like in between 8 to 12 years old. And this woman had me go in the fucking store. She pulled up to the front of the goddamn, she pulled up into the front of the grocery store because she picked me up. I was going to go spend the night over their house and shit, to kick it with the cousins and everything like that. She picks me up, drops me off. She says, go in there and get me a box of yeast sticks. Go to this aisle, and she told me the aisle number because she knew where it was.
Yeah.
And she said, go in there and find me a box that says yeast sticks on it. Right?
How old were you?
8 to 12 years old, fam. Like puberty age, middle school age, like
right
old enough to know like what the hell was going on and everything like that, right? And like I was like, cause I was like, man, fuck. Like I'm walking in this bitch, right? And then like, of course I'm searching up and down, high and low. Had to ask somebody like, excuse me, can you tell me where the yeast X is? Cause I couldn't find it. Couldn't find it.
Had they moved it?
And
She said it was.
And the old man that was stocking the shelves are like, you know, that I seen like growing up every day of my fucking life, it seemed like, because we was in there getting groceries too, and like yes, and like I'm like, hey man, I need some yeast X, and he just looked at me like, what?
That ain't right.
Like, not for me, man.
I was like, no, sir, I'm not. Can you please tell? I was like, my aunt's out in front. I need to get some yeast X from my aunt, please. Like, I was like, please. And he just looked at me, and when I told him that, I could see like the whole like, I'm so sorry. Like he
Yeah.
the look on his face changed from like, what's this young punk trying to do to like, oh man, this is fucked up. Like what I would have done, like, I got you, homie. I'd have walked it to the front. Like
right.
you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, I had to stand in line with a box of yeast X in my hand.
Brutal.
Do 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 do. Put it up, wait for it, like boop. Pay for the yeast X, go out. I was just looking at my aunt like I didn't say shit. She's like, "You all right?" I'm like, it's like I told my cousins. They were like, "Nuh-uh." I was like, "Go check it out." They're like, "Did you?" Yeah. Ah! But anyway, like I say all that because I've always like I've got no problems going in and going into those aisles since that. Like I had trial by fire, so I was like, who gives a shit, right? But I
That's
will
what I
say
was saying, like,
that y'all's
training.
aisle is the most fucking confusing aisle for the same type of shit. Like it's
really
different
all about
branding.
the dollar.
I just like whenever wifey boo, like I figured out exactly, you know, what her get down was early, you know what I mean? But I can remember the first couple of times like having to like, all right, bro, like tell me exactly or send me a well, this was actually before we could take pictures on like what the fuck does this box say exactly? Is it saying, you know, extra mentholated, or lightly mentholated? You know what I mean? Like
No mentholated.
is
Don't
it
do
Virginia
fragrance,
Slims or
like,
Virginia Wides or Virginia Flows or what is it? Like, you know. No, I just, you know, that's I've got a problem. And listen, if I
does it need
run
more
for
cowbell?
if I run for president, I promise to bring reform to the women's HBA aisle.
I'm gonna need you to run. I'm gonna need you to run for fucking president and make that your tagline.
You want me to make what my
Make the-
tagline?
Make the feminine hygiene aisle great again.
No, I have nothing to do with that.
That's a non-issue for me. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't even think you could say that term phonetically and not get in trouble.
Yeah, right?
Like we would get in trouble just I think there would trigger some bots if we just actually said
God damn it, Boogie.
you know what I mean? So anyway. All right, so like
You started it.
Got him.
oh my god, man, like oh shit, man.
Thankfully, I mean, I don't have to deal with it anymore.
Hey, there's that, right?
Good.
All right, so switching. I want to know. So switching to another question for the chat and for Becca and Candace. I want to know. What's the weirdest crime stories that you've ever heard?
Well, there's plenty for, you know, we live in Florida, so we've got all the Florida
That's what I'm
stories. I
saying,
think we got
like,
you beat on all that.
Florida or Germany, fam, like is my favorite game. But what would you say?
Wow, I don't know. Off the top, I remember when I heard about Florida Man, where this guy was actually a woman that had a warrant out for her arrest, and her boyfriend had hidden her in the house, and he was able to put her in like a trunk somewhere
she
because
dead?
she didn't have any arms or any legs. She was just one of those kind of people that just had a torso. So that was the story, and that's how it made the headline, just because she hid from the police in a trunk because she had no arms and no legs. And it was just like,
So
I remember
hold on,
talking
though.
about it on the radio and just talking all kinds of crap about it. It was so funny.
So, and I want to make sure
I don't
got
remember
all
what
of,
her crime was. I don't remember what she was wanted for.
there's a lot of crimes going on here, but I need to unpack this a little bit and make sure I heard something. So you said that this was a gentleman who was portraying themselves to be a lady.
No, it was a guy who was hiding his girlfriend in the trunk because she was wanted for arrest for whatever. So it did involve a man and a woman as well, but the woman just had no arms and no legs, so she was able to hide
And
in
she
the
was wanted for arrest?
Yeah, I don't remember
she
what
What
for.
the fuck does a person with no arms and no legs have a warrant for? Like, what kind of crime? She necking people
drugs.
like necking the fuck
It
neck.
was
She
probably
got a
drugs or
mouth,
something.
though.
Yeah.
Just biting people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you
Jeff,
get
we
in?
need him to Google it.
No, but I'm
Bogey's on it.
I'm
Looking
I'm
it up.
well, no, I'm looking something where my brain went to
Crazy crime stories.
no, when you said like this amputee. So shout out though, like that would be like kind of the dream. Like please believe, no disrespect, but
Boogie?
I mean like that
Boogie?
is that
Boogie?
that's
Don't
that-
do it.
that is
Don't
Becca,
do
it is. That's the most dream situation you could have.
Lord. Is it though?
Yeah.
Is it?
Man,
I mean,
listen.
the no legs, maybe.
Listen, man, like, no. Listen, do you know about all the flyest
She can't
vacation?
do any work.
No, it don't matter though.
Except with that mouth, though.
And as you remember, the body begins to adapt and overcome. So as you
Sure.
lose abilities, right, you gain certain abilities. So like, I'm just thinking what that mouth do for real. But like, seriously though, like if you've had enough of her shit though, you can put her in the box. Like, listen, you keep talking that shit, I'm picking you up and I'm putting you in the tote. You're going in the tote.
That's got to be a crime. Did he get
You know what I
arrested?
mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
all
Right?
you got to do, like, those
'Cause
little,
She didn't get in there by herself.
listen, all I would do is get a tote, right? And you know how they got those,
Oh my God.
those drills.
Are you carrying around
Those-
your girl like
those
like
drill
Paris
bits?
Hilton carrying
But hold
around
on.
her dog? Like, what are we doing?
Just hear me out. Like, what I would do is I would get like one of those black plastic totes, right? With like the yellow or red tops, is real rugged, and zip tie that bitch. But what you do is you get like, those drill bits that you can use to like put holes in doors, right? So you just basically use one of those and like drill a bunch of holes. So you've got a couple air holes in it, around it, but you got to make sure it's still structurally sound. And she just, whoop, you know what I mean? Put in chest, out of the way, out of the thing, like.
Okay. Be in timeout.
But regardless of that, the benefits of having the no legs, I think that would be dope.
Too funny.
I think it would be dope. But here's what my brain immediately went to when you said,
I knew dude. I mean, You know, I grew up around some fucking real crazy poor white people. You know, the dude they had a dude in our town, no arms, used to fucking fight everybody. You know that dude. You know what I'm saying? He'd get you in that lurch. He would catch you with between his chin and his chest. He would fucking snack you like a snake.
We were talking about this dude.
His boy Gert was his name. And he would just get you like that, bruh. And he'd choke you down.
He had no arms.
No arms at all. And he'd fight anybody, dude. And he would choke you.
So if you went to punch him, how would he block?
Oh, bro. He'd spin out of it. He'd spin, he'd duck, he'd dodge. The dude he just...
And would he catch your hand with his neck?
Huh?
Would he catch your
hand? He would just lurch at you. And, bro, the thing is, here was the...
Oh, you know what? If he hits you with that shoulder, you're going down.
Yeah, part of it. The big move was that choke. He would catch you like this.
Where would he catch you? Your hand?
In your neck. He would catch you neck to neck.
That's fucking crazy.
Oh, once he got you neck to neck, Gert Yuva, the whole family was fucking...
He could choke you out.
Psychos, bro. Brother had sharpened half of his teeth on one side of his mouth, dude. Whoa. These people would fuck you up. One of the kids was in a wheelchair, they never taught him to walk, I think. I don't even think he was crippled. They just never taught him to walk. And so the other brother would carry him on his back everywhere, like a backpack, dude. And didn't even give a fuck.
Maybe it's good these people are away from society.
I knew some people like that.
It's Joey trying to figure it out for me.
Shout out to Joey Diaz and shout out to Theo Vaughn.
He's like, but wait, how did? Oh,
all right.
Damn.
So, I'll tell you, man. This is a for real ass story, and I didn't know about this, and
oh God,
Mama Boogie, so, Mama Boogie's from Kentucky, all right, and the area of Kentucky she was at, and her peoples was at, there's this hospital. So I got cotton mouth, please. All right, so there's this hospital, and my niece was being born, or somebody was in the hospital, and I had to take her there to visit this, and the story came up because she pointed it out, oh shit, she was like, you see that right there, and we were crossing over, we were getting off this main county highway and going over this, turning off and going over this large creek. We'll say it's a large, I would say probably the bridge and the creek was probably it's about maybe 15-20 feet down, and I would say probably about 30 feet wide. You know what I mean? From the bridge to go, it was a big thing to go over. But right there over, when you cross over the bridge, there's this little area and clearing, and there's a collection of those old school school buses. I'm talking about them rounded joints, the rounded old school 50s joints, right? Those, a collection of regular old school buses and trailers, and also a, what was this? What do you call that? I can't think of the fucking name of it. It was a fucked up box that they had made into a habitat, and they made this encampment, and she told me they called them the turtle people, man. Yes, because these motherfuckers all had deformities and shit, right?
Oh shit.
And they could their heads and shit, they were all really basket case type shit. The whole 100. Hold on. You just.
Ding, ding, ding.
You said the magic word. Inbred as fuck, Kentucky, Kentucky's finest, right? So inbred people, and I was like, "You're full of shit." And she was like, "No, I'm not. I'm not making anything up."
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Right? Like I was like, "You're fucking bullshit," right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like month 3 or 4 into our relationship, maybe even less than that, right?
Oh Lord.
And I'm like, so we're still like, I'm like, you're fucking with me right now. I don't believe you. She was like, watch when we get to the hospital. My whole family's gonna be up in this bitch, and like, I want you to ask about this.
People.
I'm not. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
The turtle people.
Oh yeah, she was like, I want you to ask and say something to them, and like I won't even be in the room. I was like, bet. I dead ass asked, and they were like, oh yeah, so and so and so, and they all like started chiming in. But here's the fucked up thing about it, like when they were teenagers and shit, because these people were really hella aggressive, and they would like come out and fuck with you and fight. Like if you stopped, like just to creep and look at their like, you know, slow down and look at this, they come out and start fucking like, you know, throwing shit and fucking with you.
They're not a tourist attraction.
Right. You know what I mean? They were mad aggressive, but the reason why they were mad aggressive was because it was the high school and middle schoolers things around there. I guess, you know, once you turn 16 or someone you knew turned 16 had license or actually there, 15 and 14 with farm license, that could drive a vehicle and fuck with these people, and they would fucking fuck with them and throw rocks at them and like troll them and do all types of shit. You know what I mean? So that was like that wasn't her.
Kids are assholes.
But that was the thing that would happen, and like, yeah, kids are assholes, absolutely. And we were all kids, and guess what? We were all assholes.
Absolutely.
All right, so confession time in the chat.
The fuck?
Confession time.
The chat. Okay.
For you and the chat.
I confessed to no.
My batteries are going low on my confession time. My battery on my mouse is dying. So confession time. I want to know.
Enough.
No, hold on.
Yes.
I want to know. What's the one thing that you could confess to now that you're old enough in the statute of limitations? Like the one thing you wish you didn't do, as we're talking about kids being assholes. Like what's some asshole-ish thing that you would do as a kid to fuck with, you know, like adults, or you know what I mean? Like really
admitted to those things on this show.
Well, guess what? Those were like episodes a long time ago, and
Long ago.
Yeah, long enough. Candace, how about you, since Becca's being a fuck?
I was a pretty good kid. Yeah, my parents
We know
were pretty
about the-
overprotective.
I'm not talking about, hold on, she's talking about like
Confessions.
when you stole a car
Shit that I
and nah.
Yeah.
Listen,
You said statute of limitations. My brain went crime.
shut up, Becca. Candace, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was along the same things as Becca. I was like, I didn't really do too many bad things. My parents were very overprotective.
Oh, Becca
I
did a
couldn't
lot
get
of
away
bad
with much.
things. Becca did a lot of bad things. So she's just. So were you you didn't do anything like the tease or torment or anything, or you just like I ain't gonna say.
Well, I was the youngest for a while until my mom had another kid, and then I was in the middle. So, my sister, you know, she got into some trouble. I did a couple of few things because I was still a rebel. But like as far as like trying to get my sister, I couldn't really do anything like that. And then by the time my mom had another kid, she was like super young, so it's not like I could really pick on her without just being a total asshole because she was so small, you know. So it was really kind of hard, the position I was in, especially with the family. I got into my own fair share of trouble. I had been arrested once, and I had a neighbor of mine who was a bad influence, but you know, that's just regular kid shit.
Hell yeah. And Becca still ain't going to say anything else. All right, well, fuck.
What do you want?
All right, so check it out, man. Here's something.
About?
So check it out, man. I'll say some shit that like I'm ashamed of as a child that we would do, and I would laugh my ass off. Shout out to my hood rat homie Ricky. Ricky got me in a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ricky.
It's always fucking Ricky.
Look, man. Some of my favorite fucking memories of being a badass kid, or like when I would do hood rat shit, was with Ricky. Because Ricky would like, I'd be like, "Come on, Ricky, man, fuck." All right, boy. That's when I was younger, and then like as a teenage years, at the teenage years, like I wasn't like I had my boundaries, and it is what it was, and like if it was fuck you, we fight, whatever, right? But listen, so we had this couple, right, and our landlord, right, and like this is a story that isn't gonna fit for the time, but this is Ricky, and I was laughing at it. So our landlord owned the building, of course, but his brother and his sister, like couple, I forget which one, I think it was his brother. Yes, it was his brother and his sister-in-law had an apartment in the building, and they were actually, the brother was an extraordinarily renowned, he did watercolors and an artist, but he did like I forget the style. It was like they were Korean, but it was in the style of like, you know, the bamboo shoots and the, like, you know, with the hummingbirds and like those real, and it would have like the symbols and shit on it. And like, they gave us tons of them. And like, these things were worth a lot of money. I don't even know whatever happened to any of that shit, but They were on the second floor, and the space that was underneath their balcony, that would be reserved for a normal apartment, was just this cutout that had like rocks, and it was like a little clubhouse and a place to hang out as a kid. Well, Ricky decided one day, we were in there chilling, but he decided to like start making noises like they were fucking, and like imitating like them having sex and making like all the oi and the ooh and all of this shit all loud and saying their real names and shit. And like straight like, and it went on like, he did this for months, dude, months. I'm talking about months. Yes. Like months. And I would be sitting in there crying, laughing until the landlord called my mom and dad. And I cried because of other reasons. It may or may not have been abuse, but
damn, dude.
Dude, like like it. I mean, you remember the scene from what was it? What we get for $5? That part, yeah. That like in the beginning of Me So Horny and all of that shit. Like, yes, that was. They get all of these noises and shit, and we blame it on Luther Campbell. Because yes, we were listening to Two Live Crew, and at that time, As Nasty as They Want to Be wasn't out yet, so it would have been from Move Something.
Oh, okay.
Their second album. Candace, I want to know something. Since we talked last about, you had an assignment to listen to some Goody Mob, and we had Cujo Goody on B-Boys Underground this past Wednesday. If you didn't get a chance to check out that episode, yes, just this past Wednesday on B-Boys Underground, we had the one and only Cujo Goody from Goody Mob, and he tapped in. We put about a little bit of over an hour 15, and we talked about his origins, and the majority of the time, a lot of it was talking about his memories of like the formation of Dungeon Family and some of the songs, and early on, like we didn't even get a chance to go through a lot of the stuff because he was reminiscing, and like after the show I was like, damn, we didn't get through this. He was like, oh man, I was having a good time. He was like, I was like, well, will you come back? You know what I mean? And can we get a part 2? He's like, oh yeah, say less. So, Cujo's gonna be back in the house coming up here soon, and I'm looking forward to that. And much love to Cujo, because he is a very, very kind, down-to-earth gentleman, like respectful, and like just a real solid guy. And man, much love to him. Thank you so much, Cujo, for the interview and your time. But I want to know, Candace, since you had never heard of the Goody Mob or really listened to any of them, and I said, all right, then you gotta listen to their first album, which is called Soul Food, and their single, they had a single off of it called Soul Food. The very first single off of that album, though, was Cell Therapy. Who's that peeking in my window? Pow, nobody now. And Cujo even talks about how they were able to convince the label to make that the actual first single off the album instead of any of the other songs that had more of an upbeat. So check that out. But what'd you think, Candace?
Yeah, I listened to it when I was working, and I listened to it in the background, and I'm thinking, and I knew the flow was really good. Everybody that was on the album seemed really good. It was, put together in a way that I can understand. I mean, it's kind of hard to relate, like, as a middle-aged white woman, with some of the stuff they're singing about. So it's kind of, really for me focusing on the music, and at least, of course, listening to what they were trying to say, and then imagining what these guys were going through and why they wrote these songs. That's really good stuff to me. So it was really eye-opening, at least for what I could hear with, their musical flow and the way the structure of the song changed for like each different song too. They were really all quite different, which really was eye-opening for me too, because I hadn't come in with any expectation, because I'd never heard them before, so I didn't really know what to expect. So that was a really good introduction, I think, because of little bits and pieces that I've been getting as far, even when I first joined Twitch like 4 or 5 years ago. That's when I really started my journey into listening to more hip hop, because it was more prevalent on Twitch. And I'll never forget asking one day,
especially if you're listening to me.
Yeah. Well, even then, but in the Be Real community, and they're asking somebody, I can't remember which chat it was, since I didn't really understand, like, what's the difference? To me, it's all rap. I call it rap. And they're like, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. So I finally asked somebody one day, what's the difference between rap and hip hop? And the way it was explained to me was that rap was just something that anybody could do because of the form and style of the music itself. But from what they told me was that hip hop was a lifestyle, and it was more of people that have actually grown up on the streets and actually know what they're singing about, like Be Real, how you talked about before, how he was, you know, we all know that he was in a gang and actually did go through these things that they're singing about.
Was
so it's
shot and almost died.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, no, it's definitely something I'm keeping in mind. I haven't listened to any Tupac yet, like you told me about, but we'll get there.
Well, you asked about Tupac. That wasn't my next recommendation, though. You asked about Tupac.
What?
Yeah, she hasn't listened to any Tupac. It's fine. It's okay.
No, I'm a rock and roll girl.
She's a rock and roll girl, so it's okay.
Me too.
My parents,
but listen,
we were listening to golden oldies and you know classic rock like ZZ Top. That was it.
Are opening
yes,
Candace's horizons,
1,000%.
But we're gonna do it the right way. All right, but hold on before. So
Maritza's been helping me a lot too. Maritza's a big hip hop
immediately, head. But like
you're gonna cut me off. I know, yes, but listen. Here's the thing. Yes, and I have it. It's fucking sick. I was listening to that earlier today. Here's what I want you to do to continue on, because you do and you are a fan of Cypress Hill. Mm-hmm. So the very first Soul Assassins album that Muggs produced, have you listened to that? Mm-mm. Okay, so what I want you to do is listen to Soul Assassins, the first album, right? Okay. But Goody Mob has a song on there, because Soul Assassins is a compilation where he does projects with all these individual artists. You know, he does a song with Dre and Be Real called, what's the fucking name of the song now? Because I'm blanking on it. Fucking.
I remember you talking about it when you interviewed Cujo.
Oh my God, yeah. So, but it's the one where he's painted up like a gold devil and shit. It's Puppet Master. Shit. Yes, Puppet Master. Finally got out to my head. All right, so yes, B was the devil in it. But that whole album is really dope for you to listen to and check out, because I think that you'll like it. To give you some more information about the album Soul Food, that was all, and the majority of anything that came out of the Dungeon Family production, like Stankonia Outcast, Killer Mike, Goody Mob, Rico Way, and like Sugar, like all of the organized noise production, they used live instrumentation. So nice. A lot of what you were hearing on like Soul Food was being played live, like bass, cool. And like specifically like the majority of all the bass lines were played, and keyboards were all manually played. They took samples, yes, but they would replay them and put their own stank on them and shit like that. That's right. Cool. So definitely that's what you were hearing, like, as you noticed each song was kind of different thematically and different vibes, and took you on a, that's the way all of Outkast's albums are. And
they're good storytellers.
Yes, and very visual, and they're fun. They're it's good shit, like as far as like to take you. This album right here is their second album, Goody Mob Still Standing, and that in itself is a great album. But yes, if you haven't listened to Tupac, I gave you the order. And the order is, again, it's gonna be the album that was produced by Easy Mo B. It's called Me Against the World. It was the album that was put out before All Eyes on Me, which was the first album on Death Row. But, so the album order is Me Against the World, Thug Life, which was a group album that he put out. And then from Thug Life, I want you to listen to All Eyes on Me. Then go to Machiavelli. And then you go for Strictly 4. And the rest of the album is a word I can't say. And then Tupacalypse Now.
Okay.
So in that order, Tupacalypse Now was his very first one, and Strictly also, that was the second album. Had some great stuff, but it's it's early produced and not produced well. Like there was some, it was before he got to be able to start working with some people, but like and Don't Sleep, Pac did a tremendous amount of collaborations with people that were epic. There's a song that he did with MC Breed called You Gotta Get Mine, I Gotta Get Yours. You know what I mean? I gotta get mine, you gotta get yours, right? One of my favorites that he did, but like he's worked with a lot of people.
Nice. Shout out Birdie. Hi, Birdie.
Birdie, the Oklahoma in the house.
Tweet.
Let's see.
I know Birdie's happy with this heat.
You got to alter with.
I hate it. It's just hot.
All right, so Ice Cube rap. So like, here's my thing. Like, rap is the component. Is like is the music side of it. Like if you talk about hip hop culture, it's the 5 elements, right? You've got b-boys, which were like the breakers, right? DJs, MCs, graffiti artists, right? And then knowledge is the other element that's added, but you've got those core components and those people that are part of the culture or have been or grew up, and here's the thing. Even if you like grew up in Malibu and were from the boot, B-Rad from the boot, just because, you can't say that your life experience is anything like you're listening to, but you can absolutely have a genuine respect and reverence for the music and the culture and have an appreciation. And also it doesn't stop you from being able to break, DJ, be a graffiti writer, or be an MC. Is like, don't be going out there vanilla icing it, talking about, your Tech 9 was going to blow, you know what I mean? Or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like you were a Miami thug, but I mean, you can have an appreciation and still be a part of the culture and not be a vulture or anything like that. Vultures more so like posers, if you would think of like in skater terms and like rocker terms and stuff like that. The culture vulture tag gets slapped on white people a lot, but also really anybody that tries to, get into the culture and take advantage of it to pull profit.
And we used to call them wiggers.
Gotcha. But like the other things were like, just all I know is that that's the difference. Like rap is the music, or I would say the component, like kind of like the music component, to give you an idea.
Yeah. It sounds like more like spoken word. It's just the way that it flows. That's the whole kind of structure around it, but it doesn't have to necessarily be part of the culture to be what you're actually, writing your stories about, or however you come across telling it when you actually write it down on paper.
Yeah. Someone that I think that, an album that I think that you might like, that would appeal to your rocker sensibility would be Onyx. Like, have you listened to Onyx?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were on MTV back then, big time.
All right, then. So, all right. Okay. So, I didn't know, like, have you listened to Ice Cube?
Yeah.
So, like, Ice Cube's albums? Cool. All right. trying to think, because you said you had never listened to Tupac, and like Becca was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And like
I broke my brain. I'm sorry.
But it doesn't matter. Like, you know, honestly.
But I'm also like, I grew up in California.
And you're also
I'm a West Coast girl.
You know, a little bit older than Miss Candacita.
Yeah.
Right? So there's the age gap there too, right? So when Pac was out, your parents couldn't tell you shit. So I mean, they couldn't tell you shit at 14. So
no.
Yeah, I think that's what I told Boogie a little bit before, because my stepbrother was listening to NWA and I can't remember who else right now, but that was a little bit of exposure, but I knew it was above my head, like as like a however old I was, 10 or whatever, you know. That was just because of the time difference. Because I was so young, I would have never been able to get away with listening to any of that kind of stuff. Oh, Public Enemy, that was the other one.
Yeah, Public Enemy. I mean, I know you knew Public Enemy just for the simple fact of the fact that you know Anthrax, and Anthrax did the whole collaboration with Public Enemy. So
yeah, so yeah, it was usually more like mainstream stuff that you're familiar with, like Run DMC. They were in the forefront. They did that song with Aerosmith, so it was kind of like you had to know who they were. Yeah.
Right, Walk This Way.
And like Heavy D was super big, you know, all that kind of stuff back then.
Hey, look, don't be fat shaming Heavy D. Rest in peace.
Man. Yeah, we're good people. We all loved him.
Yeah. No, he was an amazing artist, a talented artist. I loved Heavy D because he was fly, and like he didn't have to overly cuss. Like he wasn't overly vulgar. Like that was something I guarantee you're like, I mean, he had albums that did not have parental advisory stickers on them. You know what I mean? So like that was an album that would be bought, you know, if for somebody like, are you gonna buy Junior this NWA album, or are you gonna buy him Heavy D? You know, I'll get the Heavy D because I don't have to have that sticker.
Yeah.
So, right. But no, but he had, I mean, absolute classics though. I mean, that was the thing, like Uptown, baby, like that, and then the Beat Nuts was, I know you know who the Beat Nuts are. So yeah, hip hop music, man, love it. Love it.
They're just in the chat. They're just going through like my first hip hop show ever.
Party songs like Kid and Play.
It was at the Greek Theater. It was the Afros, Kid and Play, Queen Latifah.
That's your first concert?
Digital Underground, Public Enemy. Not my first concert, my first hip hop concert.
Fuck yes. Line up again, say it. So you have Public Enemy.
Queen Latifah?
Queen Latifah.
Yeah, early Queen Latifah.
Yeah, no, because that's like that's Flavor Unit and all of that. Like, so you said Digital Underground?
It was the Afros, Kid and Play, Queen Latifah, Digital Underground, and Public Enemy.
Yeah, man.
I feel like I'm missing one.
I got you. But that's an amazing concert, man. Like all of those are like I'm really, really, really trying to get Money B on here and getting that scheduled. I've got some traction, but getting dates and stuff locked down with some of these folks that are busy. You know what I mean? But, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't wait to tell you all who I've got. I was on the phone with before the fucking. Listen, guys, there's going to be an epic interview coming up. But yes, I cannot say it.
You can't announce it until
I can't announce it, but I
bullshit.
can tease it. I can still tease all of
You
these.
can tease it.
Oh my God.
For sure.
Anyway.
For sure.
Oh man, Eat's first concert was Beastie Boys. Lucky.
What was your first concert, Candace?
Collective Soul.
Collective Soul, right on. Who was all with it?
That was just it. They did the show out at SeaWorld, so I got to go to SeaWorld and hang out for the day, and then we saw this concert.
Nice.
It was fucking great.
Hell yeah.
Those are fun.
I liked SeaWorld, man, because they had a SeaWorld in Ohio. If little people knew, but they had a SeaWorld outside of Cleveland, Ohio.
Orlando, and California.
Yep, and that was wild.
Little people knew.
Hey, look, man, I remember going up and seeing Shamu and M's as a little one. You know what I mean? Like, we were kicking it. And they had this dude come out, and they had like this little ghoul act, and they played the Love Is Kind of Crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Spooky! That type shit. You know what I mean? That's one of my jams.
Come on now.
But I just remember that. But across the lake, it was surrounded by this lake, and it's still called Geauga Lake. And on the other side of it was an amusement park. And
It's called what?
Geauga Lake, and it's spelled Geauga Lake, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because there's a lot of Native American and like names back there, because I mean that was all I mean that's that area. I mean that's where Serpent Mound is all in that area. Like there's some mythological, some crazy shit is in Ohio. Y'all don't know, but there is. But like it was dope. So on the other side was this amusement park, and I remember that was like I was either in preschool or kindergarten, and it was the very first big like vacation or trip that I can remember my parents ever taking me on, where we went somewhere and like did something that was
That's cool.
like, because we didn't really ever go, like I never went to Disney. It's not no boo-hoo. It just wasn't in the fucking means and on the schedule,
you
right?
were in Ohio.
Right.
Like that was,
And Disney's expensive as shit even back in the day. You know what I mean? Like my grandparents went to Disney and didn't take me. They're like, we're going with some other old motherfuckers. Fuck you. Like they went with, you know what I mean? Like they ain't take like, fuck you. We're going. Both of, you know what? Hold on. Both sets of my grandparents went to Disney World and didn't take Little Boogie.
Damn, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
I've never been to Disney World. I imagine Candace has been to Disney World. I've been to Disneyland more times than I can count.
I'm talking about Disney World. They
But-
went
I
to
used to work
Disney
at Disney.
World.
You know, yeah.
I worked
But the
at
only
Disney,
way I
Universal,
got
and
to,
SeaWorld.
you know,
What's
the
the
only way that happened was with ticket. Like, you know, my uncle worked for Disney, so you know he'd get tickets and shit. But yeah.
I actually have family member who is, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Sorry. Actually did
Never thought you could feel so free.
Yeah. Did the background. He did work on The Lion King. He was an illustrator on The Lion King, and like one of his big scenes that he did was like the elephant boneyard.
Oh, okay. I remember that.
And some of the other things, like he was an animator, but it's through marriage, and was after like I was grown that my relation married into this. So like, yeah, I wish that connection would have been there when I was younger though, because I'd have been like, hell yeah, let's get it, you know. I've always wanted to go to Disney World. That was a place I always wanted to go. So Candace, I do have a question. Like, most craziest rule that you as an employee had to like or knew of that was like a Disney rule that most people don't know about? I know there's like it's a cult, like, you know what I mean? Like y'all are indoctrinated. Y'all are almost like Disney workers, I would think, are like the good Scientologists.
Well, it was always kind of underground because the hotel that I worked for, yeah, well, we heard rumors about that kind of stuff, but the hotels that I work for were actually owned by Westin and Sheraton, so we weren't technically Disney employees. We still got all the perks, we still got in for free, but you know, we heard all the rumors about like how there was some underground city somewhere underneath Disney that like all the higher ups and stuff had access to and knew about.
Underground
and, like,
city?
Underground cities and underground tunnels underneath Disney. Oh yeah, there was all kinds of rumors about that shit. I don't know if any of it was true. Like I said, I was still kind of an outsider. We worked for Westin and Sheraton. We weren't technically Disney, so we heard all the rumors, but I didn't really know if any of it was ever true. I never found out. We didn't go backstage or anything like that back then. It was just we did our thing and they did theirs. I got in, you know, to the parks and got to ride all the rides and stuff. That was fun, but that was.
Did you know anybody that worked specifically like for Disney? Like,
yeah. One of my cousins actually worked at the hotel next door, but he never shared any stories with me.
He never told any wild shit that they had like rules.
No, I mean, back then it was like a thing that you couldn't grow a beard or whatever when you worked at Disney because they thought it was like uncool or you look like a hooligan or something.
Unprofessional.
If you had a beard or whatever.
Yeah, you couldn't have.
The same thing with tattoos and piercings. Yeah.
Had to take your piercings out if you had tattoos. Well, they wouldn't even hire you. Or like
Band-Aids or clear ones or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that you had to wear sleeves and all of that shit for that. I mean, that's been business practice and still is for.
Well, they've lightened up on it now. Like even Universal, they let you grow a beard as long as you grew it on vacation and didn't have like a 5 o'clock shadow or whatever. It still had to look nice and trim or what have you.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to keep a staff if that's the case, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You hit it.
Yeah, especially nowadays, because everybody's like has the mentality of fuck you, I'll get another job somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? No longer did you want to be like Calvin and get your own Whack Arnolds. All the Whack Arnolds is running through me, bitch. No more apple pies. I
want to go to Ohio though. Isn't the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Ohio?
There's so much cool shit to do in Ohio,
and the Football Hall of Fame. Not that I like football or anything, but
Canton, the Football Hall of Fame, baseball. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There is
Baseball Hall of Fame out there.
No, ma'am.
No.
Baseball. The Cincinnati Reds are the very first professional baseball team. But amusement parks, right? Do you like roller coasters? So then you have to go to Ohio for 2 bucket list roller coaster enthusiast parks. Then you have to go to Cedar Point and Kings Island because Kings Island has historical record holding the Beast wooden roller coaster. I mean, Becca, were you a roller coaster person? I know you can't ride them now.
Yeah.
So you love fucking roller coasters too. So do you guys like you guys in the chat also like roller coaster people? Yes or no? So for Becca and Candace, I want to know, Becca, are you a wooden roller coaster or a metal roller coaster? If you had to have your preference.
Roller coasters.
But there's a difference.
Honest, like my favorite roller coaster was, what was it called? Shockwave.
Shockwave, huh?
At Six Flags at Magic Mountain. You stood up.
Oh, okay, yeah, we had one at Kings Island too, and it did a loop.
You stood up and like they had you strapped in.
Yeah, like
it
one
would
of those
go and do
banana bicycle
loop-de-loops and all
seats
kinds of shit. Yeah.
in between your legs. I hated that
I
fucking
love
ride.
that fucking ride though.
Yeah, because you didn't have nuts, and it was
Nope.
slapping your giners. Because like those
I wasn't
those
old enough for
fucking
all that,
bicycle seats were like they would rock and tilt, man. Like no, Becca, I promise you. So as the
I
ride
didn't
would
sit. I
go,
stood.
you stood, yes, and like I stood too, and they would adjust it, but they would have the bicycle seat be like right, not like sitting, so you couldn't sit on it, right?
Yeah.
But it'd be like right, like a
So
scooch
that you don't
close,
slide down.
a scooch to your gooch,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? And what happens is that bicycle seat did not just stay stationary. And no matter how much you stood up, the bicycle seat itself was on a fulcrum and would pivot with the ride. So as it would go, it was doing this to compensate, I guess, to make sure people didn't fall out or whatever. But it was slapping the shit out of your balls, man. It was because you were a girl.
The seat moving. I mean, I don't remember it moving around.
Trust me, you'd slap your balls, man.
I think
like,
maybe.
But we had one. It was called the King Cobra.
Ride you guys had it.
It was not defective. It was one of the first ones. Stand up roller coaster. Fuck you, Becca.
That's what I think.
Look, check this out. This is the beast. This is, for the longest time, it was the longest, fastest wooden roller coaster in the world. It's still the longest. It's no longer the fastest, haha. But it has. This is like a bucket list roller coaster for any roller coaster enthusiasts.
Is this the one there
this
in
is
Colorado?
One of, no, this is in Cincinnati, Ohio, and Kings Island. And this is one of the first roller coasters that I ever rode. I'll show you the first roller coaster that I ever rode and I almost got off of. Because remember, this was the time when I went to the amusement park. I was in like middle school, and we had met up with some females, and my homies knew I didn't like rolling roller coasters and shit. And they were like, yo, what y'all want to go ride? Y'all want to go ride the racer or whatever? And I was like, fuck. They were like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, fuck. And so I was like, I couldn't and they were all laughing quietly and shit. I'm trying to play cool and shit for the girls and shit. Like, man, I ain't trying to. And like, scared of the motherfucker, right? And then as soon as I rode the racer, I rode this, and this is the beast. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the shit. It was even in the Brady Bunch of Nims. I love wooden roller coasters because of the noise, but they're also the most violently aggressive, shaking, rough. Like steel roller coasters are smooth and they glide. You know what I mean? Now, I want to show you, like, when this was first built, like this part where you see like all of this grass and all of this was all water. And this was part of an area called Rivertown, because like in Kings Island, it was themed out into different areas. But this was all water, and there was a big fountain, and like all of this, the theming is that this was an abandoned mine that had to be abandoned because there's a beast that's located in it. And, you know, this is like a runaway thing that's haunted and type shit. But this, what the attraction and the theme is, so like walking through the queue was dope back then. So this actually has 2 lift hills because this ride is so long. It has 2 different stages. And back then, there were no blueprints. This guy, the people that designed this roller coaster, designed it specifically to the land. So this goes along. What makes this so unique is that you're close down on the terrain, and the roller coaster is built into the terrain and follows the natural rolling hills of the Ohio area, and you're racing through. It has a bunch of tunnels in it, and it's an amazing ride at night. So that does feel like you're gonna get your head cut off. This is a big ass hill coming up that you didn't even expect. Like, all of those hills are way bigger than what they appear. But you're going like 60 miles an hour. Like back in the day when it was first released, and they would actually, the brakes weren't all automated. The workers would, at night, once like the younger crowd was there, they would turn the bitch all the way up for the windows and shit, and they would ride it with the brakes, and it would go like 70 miles from there. But like, of course, that's pitch black at night, and it's still dark as shit during the day. And as you see, it doesn't, like, you're going fast, and you're like super low to the ground. And it's also really cool because it's beautiful. You're going through all of these woods. Now, what's getting ready to happen here is the second lift hill. And this is going into the grand finale, which is a double helix, which at that time hadn't really been done, and especially to the ferocity that this fucking thing does. It has so many G-forces that, like, you can't even, like, hold your neck up, like, you know what I mean? Like, you feel like your face going down and getting pushed in, and it's so fucking violent, like, you just shook. It's so fun, though, because it's pitched at this severe angle. You'll see it, but and then, like, off to the corner, that blue roller coaster is Banshee, which is a record holder. There is Diamondback, that's a record holder. Son of Beast, which no longer exists, I used to ride, and that one was the one that hurt all the people. But here comes the double helix, so now you're able to start to see that son of a bitch. So you go down to the second layer first, and this bitch is whipping you. Like right now, like you're like, holy shit. And then you're still, and you go into this the top part. But all of this was handmade. There was no prefab, no design like in CAD, no hypotheticals. I mean, the ride was right there, total ride time. You're looking at over 5 minutes. And you're still, and people are going up like the other, you'll see another train car because it's always timed.
Yep.
They used to have 3 of them going, 3 cars going at the same time. Yeah, y'all, that's the Beast. And the Beast was my shit, y'all. I fucking love that roller coaster. And it's a world record holder and like a bucket list record holder. There would be the Ace Club, like the American Coaster Enthusiasts or whatever, roller coasters, and they would come to the park and like be doing like marathon rides where they'd be riding it all fucking day, and yeah, like people trying to ride, 100 rides, ride it 100 times in one day type thing, Just,
I don't know that I'd want to ride anything 100 times.
well, I mean, you would be sore as hell after that too, like for sure.
And definitely being in this scene and being around the times that it was always
You
the
got
steel
so
roller
much cool
coasters
shit.
for me.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, when SeaWorlds first started to get roller coasters, I was there, and they have that one called the Mantis, and just like being able. That's the only thing for me. Like, I get motion sickness, so I have to take Dramamine. So for me, like being able to go through the whole experience, and the wooden roller coasters, they're going up and down, but in the steel roller coasters, you're going up
looping.
and around in those loops, and those ones that just go where they kind of throw you off to the side. That was just my jam. I would love those. The Rock and Roller Coaster, all that stuff at Universal, the SeaWorld roller coasters, the Disney ones with the indoor stuff that was. You couldn't top the graphics that were in there and all the work that goes into the special effects. So that was always that was it for me. It was just the steel roller coasters because of that loop. I didn't like it at first, but once you got to experience it in all the different ways, with the way like that one that was at first when Universal first opened, it was called Dueling Dragons, and they were both steel roller coasters. But the thing was at like a one point they would both from each side come so close to each other, it looked like you were going to hit the other people that were on the other track, and that was just their whole get down when they had advertised. It was like, oh, like you're depth defying shit, like, so that was always it for me. I think GhostBoogie is really talking about the nostalgia with the winter roller coasters.
Oh yeah,
and that hits, but like the newer modern ones,
the steel,
that was just what I got my introduction to. That was what I was used to the most. We had a place, Busch
What's your
Gardens.
favorite roller coaster? Like that you've rode.
There is a lot, because we went out here between SeaWorld and Universal where I rode the most.
Yeah.
So I definitely would probably have to say that Rock and Roller Coaster, the one that's at Universal Studios. That's another one that's just was pretty revolutionary when it first came out. It was a big deal.
Hell yeah. So what was it called again?
The Rock and Roller Coaster, I think.
The Rockin' Roller Coaster.
And it was this cool thing where they'd integrated like a story, and they played it on the screen with the cartoons in front of you while you were on it, and you were hearing them play the music.
Disney? Or where was it
Universal.
at? Universal. Okay. You know what?
Yeah, Disney had the Aerosmith one that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's my second
I've heard
favorite,
about
was the
that.
Aerosmith one.
So I think this is Hollywood RIP Ride Rocket video, official Universal Studios, Florida. Let's see if this is what you're talking about. Does it start off like that?
I think so. Is
All
that
right,
Universal?
check this out. Yeah. There's no sound. So that's not me. Is that it? Is that the ride? Does it start off like
Ride Rocket or whatever you call it?
Yeah, I mean, is this the roller coaster you're talking about, or did I get the wrong one?
It's hard to tell because I'm used to seeing it like from the seat, because there's usually, like I said, there's supposed to be like a...
What about now?
Damn.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about with those when you go up in a loop. Yeah.
This is my shit, bro. Well, the big thing is since you like steel roller coasters, like...
And the Hulk is another good one.
Yeah, you would love Kings Island, and you would love the other Cedar Point, because they have like the world record holders too, right? Like they have a bunch of, and they have like the dragster that goes 180 miles an hour or 120 miles an hour.
Nice.
Yeah, it's and they added a second. They just redid it and added more to it, so it's even crazier. But does this look like the roller coaster you were talking about? No?
I'm trying to think. Whoops.
You're high, I'm high.
Yeah, because it's been a while. It's been over 10 years or so that I worked at Universal. Okay.
I got you. So I know what I want to show you is that I want to show you and show everyone, if they haven't seen, I want to know if y'all would ride this. There it is. Perfect. All right. So this is located in Cedar Point, which is right outside of Cleveland. Oh, in between Cleveland and Toledo, there's a town called Sandusky, Ohio. And that is where Cedar Point is. And it's world renowned for roller coasters. And this roller coaster right here was the first of its kind. It's the first one to ever go over like 300 or 400 feet and also go over 120 miles an hour. And they took it down and redid it and added some more craziness to it. So I want to know, who in the chat would ride this? Are you chicken? Are you scared? Or would you ride this and say, hell yeah? I want to ride this in the worst way. Check this out. 0 to 120, like, bam. But right now, you're not even starting. Like, watch this. You get like a halfway launch now. And you go backwards. And now they start launching you even faster backwards. See how fast you're going? And now you're going super high up. And then you go down. You go through the tunnel, and now it goes even faster, and now you hit max speed. And then you go over the top of that. That's kind of what Ricky sounded like when he was underneath them people's
I feel like I would do that once.
I feel like I'd do that. Okay, sorry. Hollywood Whip Ride Rocket. That was the name of that roller coaster.
Whip Ride Rocket?
Yes.
At Six Flags, Texas. That was similar to that one in that, like, it went back and forth like that, and like went crazy fast, and then you thought you were just gonna go up and off.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But that one just gave me a headache.
That one I would love to ride. Would you ride that, Candace?
Like but the one that
I would ride that.
You showed, when it actually does go up and over. I'd have to do it once.
Yeah, man. Like GMC Tech said, hell to the no. He said, hell no. To the no. Hell to the
As long as I have my Jamba Meat, I'm okay.
If it was one with the abominable snowman, is that anywhere but Disney?
I have no idea. No, because I think that's the mountain ride. That's in Disney, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember it because it had like it would
Matterhorn.
switch tracks. Thank you, because I've never been. So I mean, like, here, I want you to feel sorry for me again too. I've never been to any park in Orlando. But you at least been to the ones out there in Cali.
California.
Had some of that Disney magic. Speaking of some of that Disney magic, check this out, man. I need to announce that coming up here in the top of the hour, in 53 minutes from now, I will be being rated and being a part of Funk It Fridays. DJ Ballistic could not be with us or do the raid for tonight because he has some cultural things that he has to do with his setup. So back next week, with that. But tonight I'm doing an all funk set, Funk It Fridays. Make sure you tune in and tap in. I'm doing an all funk set for, about an hour or two. I don't know if Danny's gonna wake up, and if Danny wakes up and he goes live, I'll raid him. If he's not, we'll raid out to somebody else. But either way, that's what I'm gonna be up to.
Friday?
Yeah, I'm the caboose. I'm the caboose, man. I'm the funkiest of them all. Like I have to close out, man.
He says the caboose. I just say he's an ass. You love me, Boogie.
There's no boo. I was looking for a boo. I was looking for something that I'm gonna whoop your ass, Becca. You keep talking that shit.
Okay.
So, man, like, all I got to say is, guess what, y'all? Y'all made it to the end of the motherfucking sesh. We are the usual suspects. You might know us, you might not. And if you don't, I hope you do remember us, and I hope you remember something good about us. If you don't, I hope you remember something bad about us, and it's worth it. So, check me out later on here in less than an hour. GhostBoogie 66 exclusively on Twitch and Kick. We'll be live and direct doing Funk It Fridays. All funk set. I'm bringing that funky shit. So I'm the unk with the funk that smells like a skunk. Miss Candacita, when is the next time they can see ya on the Twitcher streets?
My regular time on
whack.
Sundays, 4 p.m. Eastern. And we'll be doing the thing. I've got a couple of video games I've been playing.
What games?
A lot of GTA vibes still.
Hell yeah.
I just started playing Far Cry 5 again.
Do you kill prostitutes?
No, we leave them alone. They're below us. We don't bother with them.
You don't mess with the toots? All right. I mean, everybody needs to kill a toot every now and then in GTA.
Yeah.
Need some help.
That's usually it. Just hanging out on Sundays for a couple of hours. That's it.
Make sure you follow Candace. She's got a great stream, and it's always just so much more wholesome. I am the rotten apple that spoiled the entire bunch. But listen, all I'm gonna say is super dope community, very fun time. And if you are doing anything on Sunday and need a friend, you got one that's streaming right then and then, right there. Make sure you follow Candacita in Limbo. That's one of us. And much love to you. Thank you so much for getting the sticker and the shirt. I really do appreciate that. Yes. Miss Becca Boo, what's up with you? You got anything crack-a-lacking between now and Neons?
Now and next Friday?
Yeah.
I'll be wandering the YouTube and Twitch streets.
On them Twitch streets. Yeah, man. She's going to be modding. She's the Luca de Brazia of this shit. She will ban your ass.
In the chat, talking shit.
Yeah.
Talking shit. And look, that's what she does. She has thoughts, too. So, yes.
I have lots of thoughts.
So, Miss Candace, are you going to be with us on Monday?
Yeah. I'll be here.
Hell yeah. So, we will be back on Monday then, because I got at least one cast member that's committed to being on the motherfucking show. So if there's and look, last Monday, no one, not near nada showed up. And guess what? I still went live. Okay. So it doesn't even matter. I'm going live regardless if none of the knuckleheads show up. I don't give a fuck. One monkey don't stop no show. So I went, and then Miss Garcia joined, and then it was a vibe, and then other people had to join. So all I'm going to say is like, always tune in on Monday, because you never know. Especially if Boogie's by himself, I am going to be doing some of the most wildest shit that you thought I was wild before. Me by myself, if I've got to just go ahead and consume my own time, it's going to be crazy, right? I'm being nice with the ladies. This is me being tank, but being a gentleman. See, either way, follow us. You might know us podcast on YouTube. on YouTube. You can follow me on GhostBoogie66 on all the shits, and we'll be streaming live on all of it. Instagram, B-Boys Underground on YouTube and IG, and much love, y'all. We will see you all when we see you all. We out. Peace.